Hi, I'm Hayley Victoria and welcome back to my crime and policing channel. In today's video, we are going back to basics, and I mean like super basic. First couple of weeks of police training basic, and that's because tiny little errors are being made in this area, which can be incredibly amusing for some people, but could also cause some issues if you're trying to pass messages through any communicative devices. So, as you can tell, I have a strong local accent, and if you don't know where I'm from, I'll give you time to guess in my comments down below. Try and have a comment, see if you can guess where I'm from. There's some clues in the videos. But as I mentioned, I've got a strong local accent, and if I'm trying to pass a message over the airwave or mobile phone or something like that, it might sound a little bit different or be heard different than what I'm trying to say. Letters such as M and N sound the same, B and D and P. I also have a lisp, so S sounds very different. Numbers 5, 9, a lot of things can sound quite similar. And it's really important that when you're passing these things over radio, so you're giving number plates or spelling someone's name, you're doing it correctly so it can help mitigate risks at the incidents before you attend. You don't want to be turning up somewhere at the wrong address and causing someone to be, experiencing harm. You don't want to be getting someone's name wrong, running a check on them on PNC, and not finding out that they attack police officers. You need to pass this information properly, and to do so, you need to use the phonetic alphabet. This is used by all of our partners in the emergency services. And because of that, we all know what each other's talking about. So when you go to these joint operations, everyone's using the same language, which is beautiful. Let's start from the beginning then. And what I'll also do is drop in, in fact, we'll go through it first properly, and then I'll drop in some of the alternative things I've heard things being called. Okay, A, alpha. B is for Bravo. C is for Charlie. D is Delta. E is Echo. F, Foxtrot. G, Golf. H, Hotel. I is India. J is Juliet. K is Kilo. L, Lima. M, Mike. N, November. O, Oscar. P, Papa. Q, Quebec. R, Romeo. S, Sierra. T, Tango. U, Uniform. V, Victor. W, Whiskey. X, X-ray. Y, Yankee. Z, Zulu. That is the correct things you should be saying for those letters. So practice with your name. I think that's probably the easiest way to practice. So Hotel, Alpha, Yankee, Lima, Echo, Yankee. Start really reeling it off. Something that's quite interesting as well is when you're passing cars and things like that on your commute to work, have a look at number plates and just read them back to yourselves in the phonetic alphabet. And if you get stuck, then you know which letters you need to go back to. I have heard some absolute belters over the radio in my time. And let's have a think. So A for Alpha, we always get Apple. B is Bravo. B is quite a good one actually, although in police training, one did actually say B for bum. That was quite interesting. And as you can imagine, these words get mixed up a lot. S for sausage is a popular one. We often get unicorn instead of uniform, which it sounds very similar, but it's not. Imagine if you said N for Nike when we know it's M for Mike. That can be quite confusing. We also get October for O. The list really does go on. I think we had Roy for R once, which was interesting. So people can be quite inventive. V for vodka. But what we need to do is make sure you get it right, because as I've mentioned, our accents are all super different, which is part of the beautiful thing about living in the United Kingdom. We've all got such wonderful accents, and not just from here, like from all over the world, people come to the UK, and it's important that we can all actually understand each other by using tools like the phonetic alphabet. Okay, so I hope you found that interesting. I would love to know what you have heard over the radios or things you've gotten wrong yourself. Let's have a look at some hints and tips to help you remember. The best thing to do is to practice. That's the quickest way to learn, is to actually do it. So if you can start practicing with short words such as dog and cat, it's just kind of like when you're learning to read. So cat, Charlie, Alpha, Tango. Try it and just practice these short words, then get bigger. So start using names that you might find you use a lot on duty. Start with people in your cohort, so other members of your group. If you've got somebody called, I don't know, Dan, obviously it's Delta, Alpha, November. Just keep practicing. As I've mentioned, look at number plates as well, because that's super helpful. These are things you're going to need to pass over the radio, so get used to using them. And the more you use it, the more second nature it becomes. And you won't be struggling for any letters and dropping a sausage in your assessments. So I hope you found it interesting. Please let me know in the comments, like I said, anything you've heard over the radio. I'd love to hear from you and give us a bit of a laugh on a Friday afternoon. So thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, look after yourselves, look after each other, and please don't commit any crimes.